Hey guys.
It's Patreon poll of the winner week, day, whatever, video today, whatever. We're checking out the video that finished in first place on the Patreon poll, none other than alien weaponry with buried underground. We had this discussion before we pressed record if there was such a thing as being buried above ground. Because I thought this was super redundant. I mean, you're buried, therefore you're underground. And then you prove the point that if you fell into a cement mixer and died, you're technically buried by the cement and you're above ground. Wow, you really pulled that one off of your ass, because I couldn't think of one occasion where you would have been buried above ground.
Buried or submerged in something, mostly.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so like if a bookshelf fell on me.
No, that's not buried. You're just under a bunch of you're being overwhelmed by knowledge.
Exactly.
That's what's happening
and
at that point.
And my brain couldn't take it.
And your brain couldn't take it. But you got it right with the cement. Let's not push this.
Okay.
Just take this as a win and walk away with some honor. Just don't try to double dip on this, because I think you're just going to go down a path of no return. All right, alien weaponry buried underground. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's check this out. man, those camouflage pants are iconic. I think one day when Alien Weaponry is inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you have to have those pants there.
Yeah.
Every time, like those, when I think of Alien Weaponry,
I think of those pants.
I think of those pants.
I also
Beyond the
think of
music, but
I also think of the time that I could have had the same pants, but we never ended up picking them up.
and then COVID came in, and then the store closed down, and
The store closed down before COVID.
that's true. But you already have like 2 pairs of camo pants.
No, I only have one pair of like actual pants.
Oh, you have the Sabaton pair. Yeah, you wanted an Alien Weapon. It was too pricey. Too pricey. Anyways, what did you think of this new song from Alien Weaponry?
I think before we go into the song, I kind of want to go into the video because I thought the video looked really, really fun.
Yeah, they had like fans and
fans,
stuff.
and I gotta say, out of all of them, the guy coming out of the snow was the most realistic one that I've done in real life, where he was in the snow like it was all the way up to his ankles.
So you physically actually have to walk.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
and I actually do that when there's that snow up to at least like my shins. I have to walk like this, like through the snow. So I felt that guy there.
All right.
You know?
So that one was not acting. He was just pretty much doing.
That one he was pretty much doing.
What do you need to do?
What you need to do. The Norwegian flag. I saw that one. There was a bunch of cool ones, especially the guys with the guitars.
Yeah, the guys with the guitars
with the
were
power
cool.
stands.
Yeah, the guys with the guitar was cool.
Yeah, a lot of them are really cool. If you,
I always like these videos that incorporate like fans making their own videos and sending them in.
And you miss a lot just watching the first time. Like usually you have to watch it again to see. You know,
yeah, to catch everybody and
catch
all the little
everything,
all the little details. I agree. So now that you gave a shout out to the video, the song, because we're here for the song.
We're here for the song. I mean, dude, the song was nice and chunky. I went with the whole walk. I felt like that the whole theme of that walk kind of gives off a perfect representation.
The song really musically,
the chunkiness of the song,
in that it's like the walk. So musically, the song really represents what you're watching visually. The two kind of perfectly. It's a perfect marriage. They go perfectly together.
It was like an Alien Weaponry concert. Is that what we were supposed to do at the concert? All of us, instead of doing like circle pits and stuff, we're all doing that.
But I think that if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the shows that they did in New Zealand. So I think it's a different atmosphere.
I feel like we have to.
Next time they come to town.
I was gonna say if
or
you
next time we go to. We've never been to New Zealand, so when is going to be the next time? Like,
well, the first time we go to New Zealand.
It's going to be for an Alien Weaponry show?
Yeah, because I feel like, a band is good outside of their country, but they're never as good as they are within their own...
I think there's a different atmosphere that you create. There's
Exactly.
a different aura. There's a different presence. So watching a band play in their hometown, home country, versus watching them play abroad, I think it's night and day.
Exactly.
Not to take anything away. It's not like the band sounds like shit in one venue. No, but I think there's a whole different level of chemistry, of love, of support that you're going to get from that home crowd that you don't necessarily get abroad.
Yeah,
especially for a band like
these
Alien
guys
Weaponry.
are definitely part of that list that I want to see in their own place, right? Because it's like how Nightwish, I want to see them as on a big venue, maybe in Finland, maybe not in Finland.
But you want to see like a stadium show.
A stadium show, right? There's always something that
certain bands need certain
things. And these guys, I would love to see them in New Zealand. Yeah, I feel like that show will be amazing.
Definitely. Like I said, there's a different vibe. There's a different atmosphere. The crowd comes in from a different place. There's
especially with these guys.
There's a deep connection. There's a deep connection between their music, their roots, where they're from, and then performing in that place. For the people that have experienced those same things that they're singing about, it's a completely different animal. I think the emotional levels of the performance go through the roof, and then songs that you like just become completely. It opens new doors for how you interpret certain songs. Being in that place, being in that venue, understanding what the band represents to the people and what the people represent to the band. That chemistry cannot be duplicated. I mean, I've been to Alien Weaponry shows twice now in Toronto. Great shows, great performance, great crowd.
Like that,
but it's not the same. Like you're not gonna get that deeper understanding, that deeper connection that comes with playing in front of your home crowd. I like the song. I really like the fact that musically, like we said, it represents the theme of the song well in terms of the dance. I think that's perfect, specifically with the chunkiness that the track had. I felt like the chorus had a little bit more of almost a stoner vibe in terms of how it was coming across. The verses and the overall design of the song feels a lot more groovy. chunky but groovy still.
Yeah,
very
very
groovy.
chunky.
Yeah, but there's grooviness to
There's
it.
still a groove to it, yeah.
There's grooviness to it. So I like how the verses have that vibe. But when it got into the chorus, to me the chorus felt a little bit more stoner. The vocals sounded differently. The sound was slightly different. There's a clear break between how the verses sound and versus how the chorus sound, and the chorus kind of takes the song into a different platform while the verses were heading perhaps down a different road. So there's, not to say that there's a disconnect, but I got two different vibes out of those two different moments of the song. More groovy, chunky in the verses, in the pre-chorus. It just has more of that vibe that connects really well with the theme of the song. And then when it gets into the chorus, I felt like the chorus sounded slightly different, almost bringing into that groove still, but bringing in a little bit more of a stoner rock feel to it. Specifically, the vocal melody and the chorus kind of had that vibe for me. So I really dig this, because in certain points of the verses, it almost felt like old school White Zombie, and then when it got into the chorus, it almost felt like a little bit of Down, a little bit of COC, had a little bit of that vibe there. So it's two slightly different genres that have some similarities, and they kind of made a song that pulls a little bit out of those two worlds. At least that's my impression listening to it. That's the vibe that I took.
Yeah, the song was very open, in my opinion. It was very open.
Very open-ended.
Yeah, in certain areas.
Doesn't offer a clear path.
Yeah, and in certain areas also, it was just it wasn't trying to like what's it called? Be too much in that area. It was like it would just be the guitar, or it would just be kind of like the drums, or
the bass.
Or the bass. Yeah, it kind of gave everyone
a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit of room to work with.
So it wasn't just like a mush.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this is a song that, while sounding heavy and groovy at the same time and being a great track to listen to, I think this is almost a track that you create thinking about performing live.
Yeah. Because
this song, for as cool as it is, watching the video, listening to the track live,
it's even better.
This song live is going to be fire. It's going to be fire because everybody's going to be doing that dance.
It's also going to be a lot heavier.
It's going to be a lot heavier. It's going to be a lot more powerful. It's going to have a lot more of an impact. It's definitely a banger. It's definitely a track that brings all the headbanging to the yard.
I was saying all the boys to the yard.
Yeah, all the headbanging to the yard. All right, guys, this is it for this Patreon poll winner of the week video. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you guys.
See ya.